something. Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along. Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we?
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Whoa! It's so delicious!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable!
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part. And thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return?
Weil die Erinnerung jetzt an Lord Rukadevata ausgelöscht wurde, sind die Namen vertauscht. Sie wurde halt aus dem Gedächtnis des Planeten und praktisch aus dem Gedächtnis aller Lebewesen gelöscht.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the person.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra.
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy.
Thank you.
Oh Junge. Ja, noch mehr. Für Sie
there
haben
you
wir
are.
was.
Well, how is it? It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated.
Okay, wenn die jetzt nichts Wichtiges mehr sagen, dann können wir das durchskippen.
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often come to such places. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise...
Eigentlich können wir jetzt zum Schluss immer noch einen über das nächste Gebiet befragen und noch über das Ende der Story.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel that happiness? Oh well.
Also man kann ja am Ende der Mondstadt nochmal mit Venti am Baum quatschen, man kann mit Song Li reden, man kann mit Miko reden. Und die
My
geben uns ja noch
lady,
ein paar
the
extra
grilled meat
Infos.
over there is
Yes, I also. What an amazing.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drink.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put... Of course, just wait here for...
Ich habe einen Verdacht und ich hoffe, das stimmt nicht. Ich schwöre, wenn ich jetzt wieder aufwache und den Tag nochmal erlebe, raste ich aus. Oder liegen wir immer noch?
It's me.
Oh Gott. Junge. Ich dachte schon, ich muss noch am selben Tag noch 5-mal spielen.
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with. Please say thank you to everyone for me. Is it not convenient for... But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? Okay. Yes, I have.
Oh nein.
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being.
Ich hab's gewusst.
Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky. Everyone,
Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food.
it's me.
Huh?
Hold up, what's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tevat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon. All right, since you're awake now, should we go in? She should be in the
Darauf haben wir gewartet, dass wir zu Nahida können. Und ich schwöre, wenn sie ihr göttliches Herz da jetzt auch verkauft hat, Halt, stopp. Kann ich hier jetzt zum Boss? Nö. Dann ist er hoffentlich nach der Story gleich freigeschaltet.
Hello, traveler and what a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water.
So are we. And
Is there anything you want to know?
Yes.
He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some think his future will be determined by... You mean, what happened after the doctor put you to sleep? Not exactly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it was just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom.
Stronsdom. Warum werden alle Götter strunzdumm gemacht in diesem Spiel? Bitte. Beziehungsweise... Mann. Warum? Weil Venti hätte einfach abhauen können, anstatt zu kämpfen. Hätte er seine noch. Song Li hätte die da irgendwie ein Geschäft machen müssen, hätte er seins auch noch. Wären wir da nicht zum Fight gegen Scaramouche gerannt, hätte Yaimiko nicht unser Leben eintauschen müssen für das göttliche Herz von Raiden. Aber was sie hätte so oder so nicht machen müssen. Weil wir wissen, dass sie eigentlich mega stark ist. Und sie vergambelt dann gleich 2. Eins, die sie zurückbekommen hat und ihr eigenes. Alter. Es wäre alles hier gewesen. Sie hätte ihn hier in den Raum einsperren können, wo sie 500 Jahre lang eingesperrt war. Fertig aus. Okay. Dann fragen wir doch ein paar Sachen über das neue Gebiet, da wir ja von dem Krieg nichts fragen können, weil sie ja da erst geboren wurde und deshalb nichts weiß.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates on a judicial system.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Fossilor, won't preside over individual trials. However, Even then, Fossilor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict.
Oh, noch ein weiblicher Archon.
Let's just say she's got a very unique personality.
Also wir bekommen als nächstes nochmal einen weiblichen Archon.
After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even the Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity, and although people may initially feel, and as for the future, the former sages have received their punishment. I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild.
Okay, dann...
Are you sure? Huh?
Ja.
You mean about your sister? While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
Yeah, isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on him or his sister.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because, as it turns out, the world has recorded information on her after all.
What?
There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
Ja.
But nothing about this makes any sense. Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to her?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
But even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a descender? Paimon's never heard of it.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th descender.
Was? Also wenn unsere Schwester nicht zählt, dann gibt es noch 3 andere.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the Traveler, and his sister isn't even one of them?
Fuck.
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles.
Ja, das ist die Göttin, die uns weggesperrt hat. Die hat das ja auch gesagt, dass sie die Ordnung, also diese himmlische Ordnung bewahrt. Also sie muss das halt sein.
As for the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through, and soon, you'll also begin your journey anew. I'm very interested in
Soon,
your future.
in einem Jahr,
It's a
wenn
journey
wieder...
that can't be. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today.
Okay. Und wir haben die, Training Card Game Quest bekommen. Assbeschwörer. Mal gucken. Können wir damit irgendwas anstellen oder ist das fürs Housing? Also man kann es nicht anlegen, ist kein Gadget. Okay, ja, ist praktisch halt wie auch die anderen Sachen halt zur Main Story mitgehören. Es muss doch hier... Oh lol, der ist... Warum ist der da? Warum ist der Boss denn da? Da hell. Wir kommen doch hier zu dem Boss. Junge. Warum ist denn der Boss da? Okay. Da ist der Boss doch da. Ich habe mir einfach mal 300 Meter nach rechts gesetzt. Okay, das werde ich mir dann in einem extra Video angucken. Bis dahin, ciao Leute.